Bro, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. If you don't know me as a person, let's say you don't like me. You don't know me. You feel me? And I don't give a fuck. Him. Everybody in the team win. I mean, win.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great.
You know what I mean? Leave them big guys alone. Stop trolling them, right? They're best 147 pounders in the world, and they're the best 140 pounders.
Gervonta Davis recently posted on X, saying that after Crawford's win over Canelo, he believes he could beat Crawford himself. He declared, "I'll swing on him for real," showing confidence and challenging critics to watch him perform. Davis vowed to train harder, stressing his desire for respect and a chance to prove himself, believing a victory over Crawford would secure his place among boxing's elite. Instead of praising Crawford's historic triumph over Canelo Alvarez, Davis dismissed it, claiming he could defeat him. His remarks drew sharp criticism from analysts, who argued that even if Davis didn't want to praise Crawford, he should have avoided disrespect. They pointed out that Crawford had achieved what many thought impossible, and belittling such a feat was shameful and unworthy of a fellow fighter.
A first ballot Hall of Famer, a 4-division champion, a 2-time undisputed super middleweight, and was the reigning undisputed 168-pound super middleweight world champion. Superstar boxer, Saul Canelo Alvarez, who is now 63 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws, 39 wins by way of knockout. And Gervonta Tank Davis, I'm not even going to read off his accolades, because what he did is just nasty work. And this is your king that y'all be praising. Gervonta Tank Davis, instead of applauding the accomplishment, just tip your hat. Just tip your hat. Hey, salute. And if you don't want to salute him, guess what? Just don't say nothing. Just don't say nothing. If you don't want to salute that man, just don't say nothing. Right? And so, Gervonta Tank Davis takes to social media because the boxing world is praising Terence Crawford for what he did. After Gervonta Tank Davis, when the fight was announced and when Terence Crawford was saying he wanted to go up from 154 to 168, Gervonta Tank Davis said he was doing it for the...
Long before this controversy, Crawford had openly spoken about Gervonta Davis, saying he didn't view him as someone willing to take risks against stronger opponents. He called Davis a talker who often avoided the toughest challenges and admitted he simply didn't like him, making it clear that any fight between them would go beyond competition, it would be personal.
Think about to come up to 154.
What about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Is that just you being competitive, like when that happens? Or is it like...
I just really don't like that dude.
Why though?
Cause I just don't like him. Like, I really don't like him. That's like
just not your cup of tea. That's just not your...
Yeah, I don't like nothing about him. I just feel like, you know, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
But like his core personality and his ways.
Bill Haney, father and trainer of Devin Haney, also weighed in, dismissing Davis's comments. He said there was no way Tank could replicate what Crawford accomplished and urged him to stop trolling bigger fighters. Haney insisted Davis should remain in his 147-pound division instead of calling out champions in divisions where he doesn't belong, labeling his remarks nothing more than a publicity stunt.
Your thoughts on Tank saying he'd knock out Terence in 6 rounds? You think he was playing, trolling, what, selling tickets to his new fight?
Was that like his tweets? Like he's...
Nah, he said it
on video.
Huh?
He said audio. He said it. He's like, if I tap that chin, you know he chinny.
Listen, Terence has already hired us for any of the little guys. Anybody 130, 26, 30, 35, Gary Russell, Tank Davis, you cannot go to get to Terence Crawford without going through us. Rolly Romero, leave Earl Spence alone. You see what I'm saying? You come over here and you get that ass stepped in too. You know what I mean? Leave them big guys alone. Stop trolling them, right? They're best 147 pounders in the world, and they're the best 140 pounders.
Trainer Greg Hackett spoke passionately about Terence Crawford's victory over Canelo Alvarez, calling it one of the greatest achievements in modern boxing. He stressed that Crawford has nothing left to prove after accomplishing something unseen for generations. Hackett pointed out that since the days of Bob Fitzsimmons and Henry Armstrong, no fighter had moved up through weight classes and dominated an opponent as highly regarded as Canelo. What made it even more remarkable, he said, was the way Crawford won, not by a close decision or a lucky punch, but through a flawless performance that left no doubt who the superior fighter was. According to Hackett, this win cemented Crawford's place among boxing's all-time greats, making him a legend in his own right. He added that critics should no longer question Crawford's legacy, as his accomplishments speak for themselves. Hackett concluded that Crawford has silenced every doubt and should now focus on enjoying his success rather than addressing negativity. For him, Crawford's triumph defined true greatness.
He goes in there and beats arguably the best fighter, or one of the best fighters of his era.
Yeah.
Regardless of weight class.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on the performance?
The performance was clean. It was real. It was times where it was close calls. It looked like Canelo might, Canelo might get him right here. You know what I mean? Bud find a way out, slip up out of there. He was working behind his jab real good, footwork real good, setting the pace. He was creating what I like to call spider web in there. You know what I'm saying? That's basically setting traps with your movement. The part I didn't expect was for Canelo to really approach Bud like Bud, he was just gonna punch on Bud. He was looking. What I mean by that is Canelo, when he would hit Bud to his hips or on the shoulder, because I seen him do it a few times. He was Canelo was looking for those results that he usually get when he do those things. And I was like, I can't believe he's looking at Bud like that. He really trying to play Bud. I mean, on the low. He know Bud can fight, but it was I'm gonna hit, all right, when I hit you on your hips, you gonna act right. I mean, when I hit you on your shoulders, you gonna act right. And you could tell Canelo's been spoiled over the years. Canelo's gotten better, a lot better. And Canelo is a legend for sure. But you could tell he's imposed his will on a lot of guys and won off of his poker face alone.
Although Terence Crawford has openly expressed his dislike for Gervonta Davis, he hasn't ruled out facing him in the ring. Crawford said that if Davis is serious, he should move up to 147 pounds so the fight can take place on fair terms. For Crawford, accepting the bout would silence Davis's trash talk and give him another chance to prove his superiority against a high-profile opponent. He made it clear the decision rests entirely on Davis. If Tank truly believes he can win, he must prove it in the ring, not with words. Crawford's stance reflects his confidence, welcoming the challenge while knowing the odds remain firmly in his favor.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that moving up 2 weight classes and daring to be great.
You would fight him.
Man, tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin. So tell him to come and touch it.
Wow. Oh, man. Gervonta said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147. I'll make 147 for him.
Ooh, see, oh, man.
You're going to have a pre-camp.
Then what the people going to say? Oh, he's beating up on little guys.
DJ Ram, a respected boxing commentator, praised Terence Crawford for his versatility and complete mastery in the ring. He described Crawford as one of the rare fighters who can perform everything at the highest level. Ram highlighted his ability to adapt to any style, whether against a heavy puncher, slick counterpuncher, or relentless pressure fighter, seamlessly blending offense and defense while keeping opponents guessing. He called Crawford a once-in-a-generation athlete, whose command of distance, timing, and angle sets him apart. To Ram, Crawford's fights are not just contests but demonstrations of artistry, with every adjustment like a calculated brushstroke. Beyond being a champion, Crawford is a problem solver in the ring, able to dismantle any challenge. His consistent dominance, Rom believes, ensures that Crawford's legacy will remain unmatched for years.
He would, you know, Bud is special, man. He could adapt, he could make adjustments. There's nothing he can't do. I was a little worried because in the beginning when the fight was announced, because of Canelo's power, Bud coming up, they're like, oh, he come up 2 weight classes. I consider it, he came up 3. He only had 1 fight at 1.
Yeah, 1 fight at 54.
Yeah, right.
So I feel like it's 3 weight classes in 2 fights.
Right.
Yeah.
So with that right there, that was a big thing because Canelo is strong. Canelo does hit hard. He got power, and he's comfortable at 168. You understand what I'm saying? He's more comfortable. I didn't know if the weight was going to do something to Bud, but I know there was ways that he could outbox him easily. And he did it. Towards the closer to the fight date, I changed my stance on it and leaned more to Bud, which was a good thing because my prediction was right yesterday on it. And he just outboxed him, outclassed him. He showed people. And I think he still followed a bit of the Mayweather blueprint. You know, Canelo has to plant his feet all the time to throw off his power, let off his power shots. He has to just make that quick stop, real quick, like a millisecond. That's all Bud needs to move out the way. Bud sets him up to get a reaction. By the time Canelo goes to throw that punch, Bud slips to the side and catches him that way. It's too late. I mean, for Canelo, his planning of the feet to throw his power punches, if more people figure that out and really take that into consideration in their training camps, I think he would have more losses. But a lot of them fear the power.
Even after accomplishing something so rare, analysts observed that many fans and commentators were still reluctant to give Crawford full credit. They suggested this was partly due to favoritism toward Canelo, who has long enjoyed widespread admiration, especially in Mexico. In contrast, Crawford, as an African-American fighter, has often faced bias. Critics argued that the reaction to his victory went beyond boxing, exposing deeper issues of popularity, race, and perception within the sport.
Lower. Well, so you would be asking the guy to literally just stand there like this new slap exercise. Slap me and I slap you. That's not boxing. And that's extremely sour grapes. And my advice to you is this. Although most times people will stay on cold, there's exceptions to the rules where people will say, I'm not going that far. You know what I mean? Like by our administration right now that's governing the New Russia. They do a lot of illegal things on a daily. But this pedophilia, some people are saying, no, I'm jumping off the boat on this one. I'm going to go with protecting the kids. I mean, I'll go with you with a lot of stuff, but protecting the kids is kind of important to me. Should be, right? It should be, level. So it should be, where you just you don't go a certain length, right? It should be borders. So say, okay, I don't go past that line. And the line should be pedophilia. Or a line should be no objectivity at all in the world of boxing. You saw a great performance, and Canelo just lost, right? This guy is just a better fighter. Right? If he can come up from that weight division and stand in the pocket most of the time, and still win. If you are saying that you don't want Canelo to be able to cut the ring off with this guy that didn't really run at all, then you're basically saying, well, listen, let's just stand and slug. And that's brawling, right? That has nothing to do with boxing. And so people are going to jump off that. And here's something else that's going to happen to you people right now with sour grapes and are racists running around just saying ridiculousness, right? Because you're disappointed.
Rising star Hamza Shiraz praised Crawford, calling him a mean machine in the ring. He pointed out that Crawford has never struggled against any opponent and always finds a way to win. Shiraz's remarks reflect the respect younger fighters hold for Crawford, seeing him as a standard of excellence. For him, Crawford's performance against Canelo only reinforced what he already believed, that Crawford operates on a level few can reach.
Himself, in the post-fight press conference yesterday, he goes, my mind wants to do it, he goes, my body can't. Doesn't mean he's totally shot. He's not totally shot. He's still a great fighter, and someone I could definitely see myself in the ring with pretty soon.
And beating?
Yeah, definitely. It would have been kind of nice for him to get the win and then me to fight him and then potentially have beaten him. But yeah, God has a different plan.
Look, it still could be Canelo. I don't know when. The plan's obviously a little bit ruined. But do you believe you'd stop Canelo Alvarez, Hamza?
Do I believe I'd stop him? I believe I've got a good chance of doing so.
Crawford's longtime trainer, Brian "Bomac" McIntyre, offered insight into what might come next. He said Crawford is unlikely to pursue a fight with David Benavidez and may instead choose to vacate and take a break rather than risk unnecessary challenges. McIntyre stressed that Crawford has earned the right to decide on his own terms. With nothing left to prove, he can now focus on his legacy and personal goals instead of responding to critics.
Maybe he has plans or ideas of maybe trying to match up Benavidez and Terence Crawford.
No,
No, let's do that fight. Maybe planning on vacating the belts?
No, we ain't gonna vacate the belts. You know, we just gonna sit where we need to sit for a minute, and then, just like I said, get back in the gym and do our thing.
And it's absolutely.
And he don't want none.
So what does this performance prove about the end of sparring? You guys were largely.
I told you it don't make no difference. Didn't I say it? I said that don't mean shit. I don't give a damn about that.
Yeah.
I said that, didn't I? In one of those interviews, I said that. Don't mean shit, because he's no Bud Crawford. I'm not taking nothing from innocent, Bozy, them over there.
Legendary heavyweight Evander Holyfield praised Crawford's victory, emphasizing his timing, footwork, and ring IQ. He said Crawford displayed a level of skill that set him apart from ordinary champions. For Holyfield, the win over Canelo was more than just a victory, it was a showcase of mastery that reminded fans of what great boxing truly looks like. Coming from a legend, this praise carried tremendous weight.
Canelo.
It was super.
Super.
Because the thing is that when you got both of the guys are good.
Right.
I just think that when you have two guys, the smaller guy is a guy that don't have the punching power, but he has the skills that's necessary.
Crawford.
Yeah.
So you were very impressed with his performance? You said?
Well, yeah. The point of the matter is, I knew if it came down to if somebody got knocked out, I thought Crawford would probably get knocked out.
Yeah.
But
That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, stay tuned, and I'll catch you next time.